Hi everyone, it's Kris from My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop. Now, all the rage that's happening out there in the embroidery world right now are the side split designs. I think they are absolutely adorable and super fun to add to sweatshirts, to t-shirts, to even tea towels. And I'm going to show you some of my favorite tips on how to do it today. The materials I'm going to use today basically include a light mesh cutaway stabilizer. I like that because it's going to stay into the clothing item. A glue stick, my Kimberbell scissors and paper tape, and a small piece of sticky back wash away stabilizer. You're going to love how this comes together. Once I brought my design into my machine, I'm going to hit embroidery and then go to layout so that I can rotate the design. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees so that it actually looks upside down. Now that's important because I want to have the bulk of my sweatshirt, the project, towards me. This first stitch is going to become the placement line so I know where to place my project. Now I've got my sweatshirt upside down again, so the bulk is facing towards me. It's going to make it so much easier getting it inside and outside of the machine. And you notice here that I have a placement line that has been stitched directly on top of the stabilizer all by itself, and it also has a center line so that I know exactly where to place the bottom of my sweatshirt as well as where to place the center side seam. All right, now another little tip I have is I like to use a small glue stick just to hold that in place just a little bit, because I don't want to actually use sticky back stabilizer at this point, and you'll see why here in a little bit. But I'm just going to place that right there, and I'm making sure that my center line is lined up right along the placement line there. Okay, again, I'm temporarily holding this into place. And this is what we might call floating a project on top of the hoop. We're not actually hooping it itself. Now, to also hold it in place, I'm going to take a little piece of the paper tape and just place it one right there and one right there. Now, when I put it back into the machine, what's going to happen is it's going to do a basting stitch all the way around the design, which is going to hold this sweatshirt nice and tight against the stabilizer. Let's now do the basting stitch. These are large stitches, and don't worry, they will be removed after it's all done. With everything basted and ready to go, I'm now ready to stitch out my placement line for the tree. Okay, it's time to add my green fabric, and I like to use Kimberbell fusible backing on the back of any of my applique pieces when I'm attaching them to a sweatshirt like this. So I'll place that over top, and now I'm ready to put my foot down and do the tack down stitch. It's time to trim. At this point, it's time for me to cut out this little slit right here where the tree is. And so what I'm going to do is first remove these basting stitches. They're big enough that I can easily just fit my seam ripper right in there. All right. And with those removed, what I'm going to do now is also take my seam ripper, and I'm going to just slice it right through the cutaway stabilizer, right down here at the bottom, and just slide it right along there. And the reason why I like to do that is, as you can see here, it makes it really easy for me to get nice and close up to those stitches. So I'm going to trim this out. You definitely want a nice sharp pair of scissors to do this. And I've cut out that part, and I've cut out this part. And one of the things I realized before from other methods was that it was really difficult to get nice and close to those stitches without cutting into them. And so this method I felt was something that, you know, as I was thinking about what would make this as easy as possible so that I have a nice complete satin stitch that covers over everything, this is the method that I came up with. Now, because we have this opening here, of course we don't want it to remain that way. We still need to stabilize this. We're not quite done with the shirt. So this is where I'm going to use my sticky back wash away stabilizer and just tear it apart from the backing, and I will patch this up in the back. Let's now return the hoop back to the machine. Our next stitch is the placement outline of the bow. And again, with my applique having a fusible backing on the back, I'll go ahead and just place that over top and do the tack down stitch. And now with my appliques on, I'm ready to do the satin stitch. All right, now that this has been stitched out, I'm just going to go ahead and pop this out of my hoop, just like that. And then I want to remove the basting stitches. So I'm going to do that really quickly with the help of my seam ripper. Now I'm going to turn this over and carefully remove the excess stabilizer. Now the nice thing about this method is that this stabilizer is going to stay on the project, which is really going to help it as you go, as it goes through the wash. So you'll be glad that you have this extra stabilization here. And then we're going to finish off cutting the excess wash away stabilizer here. And I'll tell you the reason why I put this together in this manner is because before I was so trying to get so close to those stitches so that I didn't have any stabilizer left that I actually, you know, sometimes on some of those lines, I would actually cut my stitches, and that's never a good idea. And then if you didn't cut close enough, then you would have some of the excess stabilizer that would show behind. So by using this method of the wash away sticky back just in a small area, now I don't have to cut too close to the line. You can see I've left some stabilizer there, and I simply go ahead and take a water brush, or I can just run it in the sink, and within 20 seconds it's going to disappear, and I have a fully done applique on the edge of my sweatshirt. And it shows no sweatshirt, no stabilizer, and no cut stitches. Pretty cool. And there you go. Not too bad, right? Fairly easy. There were a few tips that I hope you were able to pick up and add to your tool belt so that you can have great success in the future when doing side split designs. Good luck, have fun, and I want to see your pictures. Be sure to tag us using the hashtag #MyGirlfriendsQuiltShop. And we'd love for you to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and be sure to subscribe to our channel here on YouTube so that you're the first to know when a new video drops. Thanks everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Can't wait to see what you create. Keep doing all the things that you love, and hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.